What is the normak LED color for a Trane XV80? And is it supposed to be blinking?
Hello and thank you for using this service. Please be patient as it takes time for me to type, add links and research your issue. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks. Here is a complete list of the codes for you. This will allow you to get directly back to me for free follow-up questions anytime, and tips are greatly appreciated. Thank you.
I already have this information. Like I mentioned, it's just a steady flashing red light. How do I fix it?
This will allow you to get directly back to me for free follow-up questions anytime, and tips are greatly appreciated. Thank you.
The air conditioning is not kicking in. Nothing is coming out of the vents.
Okay, does the fan work when set to on? If so, what is the make and model of the AC unit outside?
No, it does not. It's a Trane XV80. I put my hand in and the wheel turns forward and backwards. So at least I know it's not frozen. I have the thermostat in the off position and the power off. Sorry, Trane 1580.
Okay, can you get to the board inside the Trane furnace?
Like a knucklehead, I opened the front door while it was on. Yes, I have access to the board.
Okay, did you have the panel open when trying to run it, as it will not come on with the panel off? If that is not the case, do you see the thermostat wires on the board?
Is it easier if I call you on the phone?
We can only offer you a phone call and it costs a lot more. If you can get at the board, you should see the red, R, and the G green wires on the board. With the door switch bypassed or taped down, get a paperclip and touch those two terminals together to see if the blower fan comes on. If it does, let me know.
Before I do this. 1. Turn the power on to the furnance. 2. Leave the thermostat in the off position. 3. Put the fan into the on position.
Just leave the power on at the furnace, do not worry about the thermostat. Make sure you have the access panel on the furnace taped down as if the panel were on. Then connect those two connections and at the board with a paperclip. It is low voltage and the fan should turn on.
The yellow light by the R and G clicks on, but the fan does not spin.
Okay, do that same thing to the R and Y terminals. Does the outside unit come on?
The outside unit kicks right on. Both yellow lights come on. But the inside fan does not turn on.
Okay, and you have the panel switch taped down, right? Okay, do you have a voltmeter?
No. The story behind it is that I open-end up the front panel while everything was blowing in full motion. Not the smartest move. What color is the light normally? I believe you said red and flashing is okay.
Okay, can you get at the blower motor itself?
I put my hand in and it spins.
Okay, on the back end of the actual blower motor is a control module. You need to shut down power to the furnace and take that off. Can you do that?
Is that the one with a bunch of wires going into it?
Yes, you need to remove this part off the back end of the motor. Click here.
On mine it's actually on the side right next to the filter. Are you thinking the blower motor is shot?
Well, the blower motor is probably fine, but that is a variable speed control board on the motor. There is a particular thermistor that goes bad in them. If you are handy with soldering, you can replace it or at least check it out to see if it is burned out. Then order a new control board for the motor. I think this is bad for sure. Very common issue. If you are not happy with the service, please let me know before leaving a negative rating. This is the only way I am paid or credited through the site for my time. This will also allow you to get directly back to me for free follow-up questions, and tips are greatly appreciated. Thanks.
If the blower motor is okay. The board for the motor is probably bad, but not the main motherboard, correct? How much is this part approximately, and where can I find it? Trane only.
Yes, exactly. If you had a voltmeter, you could confirm that by testing between the EEC terminals to ground, but on this unit the motor module is more likely the issue. If you are not happy with the service, please let me know before leaving a negative rating. This is the only way I am paid or credited through the site for my time. This will also allow you to get directly back to me for free follow-up questions, and tips are greatly appreciated. Thanks.
Which model would be mine then? The very first one.
Look for the complete model and serial number off the tag on the unit, then call them to make sure you order the correct one. I would remove it first and visually inspect the board in there as well. Look at this pic. Example, there is one with a burned up pin, others have burned up thermistors, and so on. Click here.
Would a Home Depot or Lowe's have this part?
No, not at all. If I were you, take the part out and see if just a thermistor is burned. You could potentially save yourself a ton of money, as you may just be able to get the component and solder it on yourself.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.